Well, the dreaded red steering wheel when the car takes over. So in this video, I'm going to show you what full self-driving does in what I believe is a video that there are not too many out there of. We see a lot of videos about guys driving in snow, driving in rain and hail and whatever else. But this one is a little different. We had about 2 inches of snow here in South Carolina. And this video that you're about to see was done when I drove a 2 hour and 18-minute drive from Charleston, South Carolina to North Myrtle Beach. Actually Myrtle Beach, not North Myrtle Beach. And this gives you an idea of how complicated it is to drive in these conditions. Now, I got the red steering wheel. That's in the video. The reason I'm telling you this ahead of time is I'm not here to waste your time. The video is a long video, and there's a lot of breaks because I wanted to upload the full video, but I sped up parts of it just to get to the important parts. But you'll see in the video where the car does some moves that are kind of scary, and there was that one red steering wheel intervention, but this is a condition that proves not that there's anything wrong with full self-driving or the technology, but it proves why this is still called supervised. Feel free to fast forward to the red steering wheel point at minute 9:28. But I wanted to do, this is a 2 hour and 18-minute drive. I wanted to give you the conditions in total that I'm looking at. Now, this is what the roads look like just in places, right? There was patches of this all along the highway. And then you fast forward, now you have a perfectly normal pavement. Now, why does that matter? Well, it matters because if you're flying along in full self-driving, you're in standard mode, and you're hitting 60, and then all of a sudden, by the way, it gets very exciting when you see a Cybertruck pass by. Sorry, that's just me. But anyway, you're flying along, everything is going perfectly fine, and then all of a sudden you have to make a stop, or you see this patch of ice in front of you, right? It gets kind of scary at that point because you don't know what the car is going to do. So here, like I said, is one of those instances. Now, I'm not sure what to do here, so I decide to leave the car alone. What happened here was I have a coffee stop that I always make. I pre-program it in. I make the coffee stop and the coffee place is closed. So you see what I'm doing here? I end the ride, then I program the ride to take me to my destination only because I don't want the vehicle to park. And it does this flawlessly. It actually circles the building. It goes all the way around the building, which is the closed country store, takes me back out onto the highway perfectly. But when I was entering there, I was going to take over because I was coming from perfect pavement onto ice. I don't know what the car is going to do. And by the way, I have very precious cargo in that car. My daughter is in there. So I'm not taking chances. So some of the interventions here, maybe they weren't necessary, but I'm not taking chances. Now here we are again, we're flying along here. Everything is going fine. Now the car is going to the left. It spots ice. But the problem is, as it's going to the left, I'm visioning the car, it's going to go sideways into the ice. I still don't intervene, and it performs flawlessly. But that was a scary moment. The car performed flawlessly. Now we fast forward. By the way, I still haven't had my first cup of coffee. So there's another gas station coming up. We're not sure if it's open. I haven't programmed it in. There's snow on the right-hand side there. The car starts to go into the snow because it's avoiding snow in the center line. I don't like that. I don't like that at all. So what do? I take it out of full self-driving. And then what you're seeing now is you're seeing me putting it back in full self-driving. Could the car have made it through there? Possibly. But again, I'm doing 60 miles an hour, 65 miles an hour. It just gets kind of scary. Now, here's the second cup of coffee, right? I don't know if the gas station is open. So at the last second, we realize it is. So now I don't have time to program the stop in and let it take me there in full self-driving. So I basically hit the brake, I take over, and I pull in. We get our coffee. That's why I'm manually driving. Now, would that have been necessary? No. But again, I didn't know if the gas station was open, and I need my damn coffee, man. So that's why that happened. So we park here, we go in, I get my first cup of coffee. Everything is fine. And by the way, as we're walking, I should have videotaped us walking into the store because it's very icy on the sidewalks. This is kind of crazy stuff. And by the way, down south here, we don't have brine. We don't have a lot of snow plows. We don't have the same setups that people do in states that are prone to snow and this type of weather. So we're a little bit behind the 8 ball here, even with 2 inches of snow. If this was packed snow, it wouldn't be a problem, but it's patchy snow. So now here's the car again, going along perfectly fine. Again, 2 hours and 18 minutes is the length of this ride. So all of it is on here. I've fast forwarded it to make it as painless as possible for you. If you can see in this section, even though it's going fast, there's a lot of wet roads there. Some of that is ice, some of it is dry, some of it is water, and it's all mixed in together. And the car is constantly in full self-driving. Most of the time during this ride, I am in full self-driving, and the car, by the way, is performing flawlessly. I have not had an issue. Now, what's coming up next is another stop where I go to a gas station, and right here again, it does this squirrely little thing where it starts avoiding. I grab the steering wheel. I don't intervene here. I don't need to. So I let it go. And here we are again. We're going through that. It's messy, ugly kind of stuff. And what I'm doing right there, I'm toggling because I don't like my speed. So I'm going back down to sloth. Right? I'm in sloth mode now because I'm kind of scared about it. Now here we go again. We're coming up onto this icy, really wacky stuff. Now I program in my stop for my next cup of coffee. And as I'm driving up, everything is going fine. But I notice as I'm coming up to the stop that the driveway at the stop is very, very icy. I'm cruising along here. I'm doing about 55 miles an hour. There's a truck, which you'll see in a second, parked sideways inside the entrance. So right here, you can see the snow on the right. I take over right there because I'm envisioning the car coming onto this icy area sideways, and I'm just not sure if it's going to brake hard and start sliding. There's a truck that's sideways in the parking lot. Now, listen, these are blue-collar guys. They work their butts off. They're probably out cleaning people's driveways who they normally do landscaping for, so I don't get in the way of blue-collar people. So again, I'm driving manually now. Could the car have done this? Of course it could. I know this. But again, my daughter's in the car. I don't want this guy to be getting all nervous on what's already probably a crazy day for him. So once again, we pull in here. You know, you'll see we get our coffee and everything is fine. Now, look, I want to remind you again, this is why it's still called FSD Supervised, full self-driving supervised. You must be ready to take over at all times. And I'm telling you right now, this is the first time you've watched my videos probably in months that I have actually used the steering wheel. I very, very rarely touch the steering wheel. So this is an exceptional day. And by the way, we were all told that we shouldn't be driving today. We shouldn't be on the roads. But unfortunately, I have a family member who's undergoing some treatments, and I needed to be with them. So I get in my car, which I know is perfectly safe. Now here we go again. Some fun stuff happens along the way too, as you're about to see. Again, we're coming up here on a traffic light, and welcome to the South. People like their freedoms down here, so here's a couple of kids out there on their quads. They shouldn't be, of course. You know, we all know it's illegal to do that. But I thought it was kind of funny, and they're just kids having a good time. Hopefully they got home safe, but that definitely gave me a chuckle. We had fun with that. You got to have fun too. My daughter and I had a lot of laughs, and we made a lot of memories on this trip. But, here we go, fast forward. Now we're getting pretty close to our destination, and going through all these intersections. You can see the roads there are really wet. Not as icy now, but they're still wet. There's still a lot of mush and slush and ice mixed in, and rain and water. And, now here we are on Highway 31, and this is really the main highway. Again, flawlessly, but you see I'm toggling back and forth because I'm still a little hesitant. You see the slush there in the middle of the road? I intervene there. Then I go back into full self-driving. Probably didn't need to, and there it is. There's the red steering wheel. Because the car actually decided it was a little scared. So, look, this is why it's still, I'm sorry I'm repeating this. This is why it's called supervised. The rest of the trip was flawless. So tell me in the comments, should I have intervened all those times, or should I have left the car alone? You tell me. Maybe I was wrong to intervene at those times. But the truth is, that red steering wheel showed up. And I just want to be honest with everybody and show you the good and the bad. So thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe.